people, my children of the Most High. Come on, let's praise God. Daddy, you are so wonderful and kind and loving to me and your people. Sing with me. How can I ever be without you? I can't see myself without you. Father, hey. Oh. Come on, sing with me. Life on this earth can't be without you. Nothing could exist. There is change on the horizon. Sing it with me. The world cannot see. That's the name of my song. It's everywhere. What? Hovering. He's hovering. Come on. Mankind cannot see what I see. Change is coming. Yah is coming. Yah is coming. Yah is coming. He's coming. How many of y'all know Yah coming? He coming. Oh, coming. Say he coming. I saw the flame, the deadliest, the floating flame. In a dream of your eyes, Father, is such a gleam of light. In a darkening world, dawn, help us, Father, help us, for we need your divine intervention. Put a little heat of flame to make some warm the weary hearts of those so slowly left behind and torn apart from me. Father, restore your people before it is too late, too late. Oh, the Calvary that lifts up our head. I did not ask to fly from you, Father. Let us come upon you and hide in your bosom and stay there for life. I see the sun, hovering. I see the sun hovering, hovering. Mankind cannot see what I see. Yah is coming. He's coming. He's coming. You can get that song on any streaming, and it's here and that particular song is also on YouTube. It's on YouTube, so you can get it for free. Well, not really free because I get a couple of pennies every time you listen. So, look, y'all like my new thing? Look, this little ball here is supposed to go on the top, but I think it looks like Aunt your mama. So I ain't never gonna put it up there. I'll put it like to this, like on this side, or my little, back here. But I got them out to the beauty supply store. I saw them. It was like $6. I got like 5 of them. They were different colors. I thought they were so cute, and they're a little different from what I normally wear. So I'm just gonna put them back here, or either on this side or this never here, because to me that looks like Aunt your mama. I'm not trying to be no Aunt your mama. Hold on, y'all. All right, let me get out my phone so I can tell you what Daddy told me. Then I'm gonna tell you about my dream, my vision. Hold on. Thank you for who just sent me a cash app. Who was that? Where'd he go? I just saw it. Okay, Faith. God bless you, sweetie. Faith, may this seed that you sow bless you a billionfold. And if anybody else want to sow a seed, you can go to my Cash App, $, Yahweh, YAHUAH, Elohim, ELOHIM, or you could go to www.getthatsto-heaven.com, or Prophetess Rosalind Solomon. What is it? Prophetess Rosalind Solomon .blogspot.com, and the PayPal button is right to the middle. Yeah, the middle right. You could donate there. Okay, so let me give you this word. Hold on. Okay, now first, Daddy was talking to me too, as well as showing me something, right? Where are my glasses? I don't like looking at this. These are not the glasses, but these will have to do. Okay, what was that? Come on, Pastor. Someone has been ordered package to my old address I used to live. Okay, I'm not praying now. I came on here just to give a word, but whatever you're going through, I pray that God will help you and deliver you from it, so you can get whatever package you're looking for. Okay. In Yeshua's name. Hello, my sweet daughter. How are you, darling? Hi, everybody. Hey, Miss Lena. I pray for you, Mama Lena. I love you, Mama Lena. I love you, Brother Julian, if you're watching. I love you, Shelly Kelly and Travis. I love you, Sophie. I love you, Pat. I love you, Brother Darrow. I love all of y'all, but some people just tugs at my heart a little extra. I definitely love James. James, did you get my Instagram? I'm not going on that Clubhouse, because on that app on Google, it says they get your phone number, your address, and financial information. What does Clubhouse need my financial information for? So that's a platform I'm not going to be bothered with, because I don't want nobody getting access to my financial information on my, if I got any financial information on my phone, I don't want nobody to get that. For those of you on Clubhouse, y'all need to know that they get your phone number, they get your contacts, they get your emails, they get your data, and they get your financial information. They don't share it with a third party, but they get that. I'm like, why? I never seen no app where they say, okay, I understand they get your phone number, your address, because you're streaming. But why you need my financial information that could be on my phone? Really? Why you need my contacts and my email? That's some Facebook stuff. So I was like, I hit you up on Instagram, James, and I told you, I was like, I'm not messing with that. I'm not. Hey, Jordan, I love you too, boo. Hey, Alicia, I love you, Alicia. What up, Brother Julian? I just said I love you. And sweet, my juicy daughter, tell my son Corny I love him too. And there's a kiss for him. And if John and Ebony is on, I love you guys too. Who else is on here? Hey, Geneva, much love for you too, sweetie. Lucille, got love for you. What up, Jadica? Definitely love my Jadica. I love me some Jadica. Okay, all right. So Y'all love me too good. All right. Okay, so here we go. All right, so now in my sleep, like God woke me up, man. I messed around, went to sleep like 11 o'clock last night. Cause what was I was watching Beat Bobby Flay. Cause him and his daughter, Bobby and Sophie, they have a new show on, and I like it. So I was watching it. So then 2 episodes came on of Beat Bobby Flay, and I just love me. I just like Bobby Flay. I do. I love his cooking, man. I'll be watching his cooking, so I'll be learning a lot watching him and seasoning. But I just like his personality, and they're like the people that he have come on as guests. They be so funny, like it'd be crazy, right? So I'm up there trying to hang, knowing I'm sleepy. You know how you get so sleepy, your eyes get dry. You can't keep them open. So why God wake me up at 4:45 this morning? I'm like, yo, why you do that? Don't you see I just went to bed at 11 o'clock, Daddy? And you is gonna wake me up. What? 12, 1, 2, 3. 5 hours and 45 minutes later. Come on. Really? No, I didn't say that to him. I wouldn't talk to him like that. I wouldn't do that. But I was like, if I knew he's gonna try and bust a move on me and wake me up earlier, I went to bed. I would have went to bed at 9 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? I love his show too. You like Bobby Flay too? Yes, he's good. You love me big time, James? I love you big time. I love you. Hey, Rose, what's up? I love me some Rose. Rose been rolling with me, what, 5, 6 years now? Right? So I'm like, okay, Daddy, could you let me know ahead of time you're going to wake me up this early and I'll go to bed? Like 9. Right? So he woke me up and he was like, first he said, okay, I'm just gonna give it to you the way I wrote it. But he woke me up and he was like, samos Allen. It's SAMOS. And I'm like rubbing my eyes, getting you know how you got the sleepy drips coming out your eyes, right? So I'm rubbing my eyes, sleepy drips is coming out, and I'm like, what in the world is Samos Allen? Has anybody ever heard of Samos Allen? It's SAMOS. I Googled it, right? I'm like, what in the world is Samos Allen, right? So I was like, all right, Daddy. I didn't want to get up, right? I was like, all right, Daddy, you just pin that to my brain. So when I get up, I'll remember it, because I was praying, like, I have been praying for like 20 minutes because he woke me up and he wasn't talking to me. He just woke me up and he wanted me to pray. So I woke up and I was praying for like 20 minutes. Then like around 5:05, he was like, Samos Allen. I'm like, what is that, right? So I was like, okay, they just put it to my brain because I wasn't finished praying with him. I was just laying down praying to him. Normally I just get up, go to my altar or to my desk, my computer desk, to read my Bible and be talking to him, right? But for this morning, I just felt like just laying there and just praying. How many of y'all just lay in the bed sometimes and just pray? Sometimes, how many of y'all, like me, I'll sit in that recliner chair, or I'll sit in the kitchen table, or my recliner chair upstairs, and I'll just be praying to God. Sometimes, I'm gonna be on the knees, take you as you are, right? So I was like, all right, Daddy, pin that to my head, right? So when I finished praying, I looked it up. So when I finished praying, I looked it up, right? And it's an island. It's a very famous island. It's on the borderline of Greece and Turkey, right? Greece and Turkey. So very famous island. It's over there by the Athens and stuff. So he told me he said they're going to have an earthquake, right? And he said that it's going to be destructive at biblical proportions. Now, I've never heard God tell me something was going to be destructive at biblical proportions. Usually he'll just tell me, oh, it's going to be destructive. It's going to be devastating, it's whatever. So I looked up this island. Come to find out, in 2020, they had an earthquake, a 7.2. It was catastrophic and it killed people. So they are going to have another one. And I asked God, when is it going to happen? He said, very, 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 very soon. He used very 4 times. So I'm assuming it could be any time now this year, sometime next year, right? He said it was going to be at catastrophic at biblical proportions. So the one they had is in seven. What was it in 2020? It gonna be probably 2 times that, and it's gonna affect Turkey and that area like it did. How many of you ever heard of Samos Island? Has anybody ever heard of a Samos Island? Did anybody? No. Can somebody tell me you ever heard of it? Yes, I'd be laying down. Y'all be doing that too. Has anybody ever heard of Samos Island? It's over by Athens, Greece, borderline of Turkey. You did, Devante? James, no. Missy Boa, yeah, okay. Me neither, till God gave it to me. That's how you know it's God. Let me tell you, when you hear something in your sleep and you ain't never heard of it before, that daddy. He be giving me words, y'all. Like, he gave me some word. Where is that? Hold up before I tell y'all the rest of it. I think I put the word in here. He gave me this word. I'm going to spell it. It's Apocina. It's A, B as in boy, Y as in yellow, SSINIA. Apocina. I looked it up. Guess what it means? Ethiopia. What? Never heard of the word before. Ethiopia. So it's going to be some troubles in Ethiopia. He told me that. That was like 5 days ago. So pray for Ethiopia. And if you're from Ethiopia, pray for your country. Abyssinia. Look it up. ABYSSINIA. It's Ethiopia. I mean, God be giving me words y'all I ain't never heard of before that I don't even know exist. That's how you know it's God. Because he is the smartest of all. Right? Yeah. So pray for Ethiopia. So before he told me about Samos Island, but I wrote Samos Island first. He had told me that New Zealand and Australia had earthquakes coming. I said, again, Daddy, you just gave me a word for them a couple of months ago, and they had earthquakes. But these are bigger. I saw like 7 point something. They could be 7 point, 7.0, 7.5. They're going to be bigger. Then he showed me a real flashy vision of Germany, right? Remember when different parts of Germany had those really bad floods? Was it last year or the year before? They're going to have another one. And Daddy said it's going to be biblical proportions. Meaning it's going to be worse than the last one. And the last one they had was really bad. I don't know if it was last year or the year before. So pray for Germany. And if you in Germany, pray. If you in Australia, New Zealand, those countries are big, but I don't know exactly where the earthquake's going to hit. I know Australia, I saw water. So it's going to hit some. I know Australia has a lot of water, but I saw water. So it's going to hit somewhere around where water is in Australia. That I do know. I don't think it's going to be it could be an inland earthquake because it's going to be a big earthquake, probably from a 6.7 point something, right? But New Zealand, I don't know where it's gonna hit. And I saw fires coming out of New Zealand too, so I don't know if they're gonna have some types of forest fires or whatever, right? And so Germany's gonna have mudslide and biblical proportion floods. And then the Lord said monsoons. Monsoons. And I'm like, okay, monsoon. I think I know what that is, right? Like a bad storm. It's probably like a hurricane. But he was like, monsoons are coming to foreign lands. So we ain't foreign. We America. Thank God for that, right? But there's going to be monsoons coming in foreign lands. So we're going to hear about these biblical, he just kept giving me the word biblical proportions. Biblical, oh wait, you talking about Patimo? Oh, yeah, over that way, yeah. He keeps giving me the word biblical proportions, y'all. He's never gave me that word before, right? Never. So these monsoons are coming to these foreign lands. I know India is known for monsoons. I know India, Indonesia, but he didn't give me the countries. But he just told me that the monsoons, let's took that for, oh, okay. He just told me that monsoons were coming to foreign lands. So just pray for foreign lands that when these things come, people can get out of there. People don't die. And if they do die, that they get right with God somehow, some way. You know what I mean? Because it's coming. Then the Lord said, he gave me the word tyranny. right? So I was like, tyranny. So, I kind of knew what it was, so I looked it up. And it means that trifling, I'm putting my own words, trifling leaders in foreign lands. He didn't say here. And foreign lands are going to rise up. So, like, prime minister could be in Israel, Afghanistan, Egypt, whatever, right? Guys, did I not give you a prophecy from God literally 2 weeks ago about Pakistan? And did I not give you scriptures in Isaiah about what he was going to do to him, to the Pakistan? But did we know it was going to happen 2 weeks later? Do you see the floods over there? Biblical. Never had them kind of floods before. I'm like, Daddy, you just told me that 2 weeks ago. We didn't know it was coming that fast. I said to pray, right? And he told me he ain't finished with them. He said he cleansing that land. He ain't finished with them. Them people about to know God, the real God, not the one they've been serving for decades. Oh snap! Hold on. the one that they don't know nothing about. Cause that's what it said in Isaiah when I read it to y'all when I did the video on it. It said that it was a small remnant was gonna come out of there. So a small remnant, but that could be millions of people, So just keep praying for it over there in Pakistan, right? And I saw Afghanistan too. I meant to tell y'all that. I saw Afghanistan, but it was like all dried up. I have to do my research on Afghanistan to see what's going on over there. But it was all dried up. In the image, the vision I saw, it was just dry. Like there was nothing there anymore. Like no water, no nothing. So I don't know what's gonna happen in Afghanistan. But it was very dry, guys. And when you see something dry like that, it means the life has been sucked out of it, literally. And there's nothing left. Nothing. So pray for the people over there. You know that they find the one true God. That's all I can say. And so we're going to see tyranny, tyranny leaders start to rise in foreign lands, right? But when that happens, the people of these different foreign lands, which I don't know which ones or how many, they're going to rise up. They're not going to take it. So you're going to start seeing either leaders that's in their offices already or new leaders coming in. They're going to be trying to bring tyranny, a stingent ruler, a mean ruler, right? But the people are not going to accept it anymore. Like, a lot of these foreign countries, they've been accepting these leaders. And a lot of these leaders are not good. They're all rich and everything, and their people all poor. I never understood that. How can you be a leader of a nation and you be living all good, eating good, and your people poor? And your people hungry and starving. How could you sleep at night? That's because they got demons in them. That's why they could sleep at night. Anybody with a full deck or conscience could not rule and your subjects be starving and hungry and poor. Couldn't do it. Right? So what's going to happen is when these either old leaders or new leaders start bringing in tyranny, their people and their country are going to rise up. So you're going to see foreign nations of people rising up against their leaders in the coming future. And when this happens, God says some of these foreign governments will be toppled. It already happened. In some countries, start with a T. They toppled the whole government because the people were starving, their money collapsed and everything. I wouldn't be surprised if it was like China was one of them because they've been ruling their people real hard. North Korea is one of them too. But when people rise up, what do? They kill them. So let's pray that when these people rise up, that their lives don't get lost because they trying to fight for whatever they trying to fight for. But I didn't see anybody dying. The Lord just said that the people were going to rise up and they will fight back against oppression. So they will fight back. So guys, God told me something, and I was like, you know what? I never really thought of that. The Lord said, the only reason why governments are able to rule in the first place and are able to get away with things is because of the military that they have. If there was no military, no guns, nobody could rule anybody. So the only reason why we have governments in our country and other countries is because of a military, and because the militaries have guns. If there was no military and no guns, it would be free fall. And if any military, like in our country or any other country, decide to turn against their government, that government's in trouble, because God told me it's the military that's holding the government and the nukes. So, like if the military decide to take over any government, first they got to get to the nuke button. Because if you trying to take over a government, what's going to happen? Your leader, he going to run to the nuke room and push the red button. God forbid, because he does not want to lose his rulership, so he want to take everybody down with him, right? So first they got to secure the nuke room with the red button, and then they would be able to take over the government. And the Lord told me this, and I was like, wow, you mean the military is what's keeping governments in our different nations? And he said, and the nuke button. That's exactly what he said. He showed me this big red button. Now, I don't know if the nuke button really is red, but that's what he showed me. And I'm like, are you serious? The military, the guns, and the nuke buttons is what's keeping governments. If there was no military, no guns, and no nuke button, we'd be ruling ourselves. I'm like, so that's how they keeping us under the rulership. The military, and he told me, he said, if the military goes against the government, he said they would have to first secure the nukes. Then they would go against the government, because he said a lot of leaders would push that button because they rather everybody go down with him. I'm like, are you serious, Daddy? He was like, yes. I was like, I never knew that it's the military and the guns and the nukes that's keeping governments. If those three things didn't exist, they couldn't rule over us, because they wouldn't have any military to come after us. They wouldn't have any bullets to kill people, and they wouldn't have any nukes to blow up half the planet. I'm like, so that's why they built nukes. That's why they really built nukes. They built the nukes to keep other nations from taking over each other, like Russia's trying to do Ukraine, right? Right. And then, the Lord told me this about Ukraine. Should I say this? Look, I plead the fifth, because I know that I was told the Secret Service be watching us people, right? So look, I plead the fifth. I'm just telling you what God said. He told me, remember I told y'all, he said, watch that Ukraine president, that he ain't right. He told me that they want to start a nuclear fallout over there, because if the Ukraine's nuclear plant gets hit, blown up, whatever, that radiation is going to spread all over Europe. And then guess what's going to happen? NATO's going to come in. And God said that's what that leader over in Ukraine wants. He wants NATO to get involved. So if NATO gets involved, all the NATO nations are going to get involved, and that's going to be a war. Now, didn't I tell y'all in April, the Lord said he will not allow a nuclear war to come from Ukraine? And I was wondering why he said that, because I'm thinking Russia was going to try it. But then I was like, why would Russia start a nuclear war when their whole purpose is to get a hold to Ukraine? And if they start a nuclear war, they ain't getting nothing. They jeopardizing their own country. So I'm like, a leader would not jeopardize his own country. If he wants another country, he would not hit a nuke, right? I mean, I'm not taking up for Putin by no means, but you got to think about it. He's a smart man. If he wants to take over Ukraine or any other nation connected to them in the future, and he wants to protect his country, Russia, why would he blow up their nuclear plant? Knowing that stuff would spread all over Europe, he would be in jeopardy, his country, his entire plans. So now we know that leader in Ukraine, he will hit his own nuclear plant. and blame it on Russia because he knows, and I didn't know this, if a nuclear plant gets blown, whatever, the NATO nations are coming in. So if the NATO nations come in for Ukraine against Russia, it's an all-out war. That's World War III right there that everybody keep talking about, and that God said we wasn't going to have for like 9 to 10 years. I told y'all that before, right? So I'm like, Daddy, you mean that he is willing to kill his own people and others to blow up a nuclear plant to bring NATO in to start an all-out war. So we need to pray that that Ukrainian president plans do not come to pass, because we all in trouble. Because although it would be over there, that stuff can reach across the water. That stuff could reach across the water. People, look how COVID came across the water. People on the plane was coming over here from China and everywhere else, right? And it got on our seashore, right? So if a nuke plant go off, that radiation people carrying and they traveling over here, it's a done deal. You know what I'm saying? So we all in trouble. We're all in trouble. The Lord said he wasn't going to let no nuclear war come out of this Russian and Ukraine war. I told y'all that months ago. But we still need to pray that that president don't do over there in Ukraine, don't do something crazy, because he wants to keep that land. He wants to keep that nation. Pray he don't do something crazy and blow up his own nuclear plant and blaming it on Russia, so NATO could come in and we have a third world war. Bumper through, I'm not even worried about a war. It's the radiation that's the problem. Because once that stuff gets out, it's over with. It kills everything and everybody. You know, done. Now, somebody who's thinking in that terms to blow up their own whatever, just so they can keep a land. What good is a land if you got radioactive stuff all over it? What good is it? Nothing's gonna grow out of it. Can't nobody live there. I mean, that's an insane mind if you want to think about it. I'm just saying what God said. This ain't Rosalind Solomon. This is God saying it. You know? So pray. Sam Apostle talking about other countries so far. Keep other countries. Yeah, keep these countries. Don't pray for your own country, whether you in Jamaica, Africa, America, wherever you at, right? Don't just pray for your own countries, because guys, we in a time in the season that we need to be praying for each other's country, because it's getting to the point where everything is affecting everybody. You see, the virus, the COVID-19, that changed the game. It changed everything. It changed life. It changed the fabric of this earth. It changed the fabric of mankind. You see what we've been going through for almost 3 years since this thing hit, right? So we're in a point in time of our lives where we need to pray for each other, and we need to pray for each other's country. Don't be like Cain and say, I'm not my brother's keeper, because you are your brother's keeper. We're all connected. And I got a serious teaching to teach y'all that's going to knock your socks off. But I ain't going to have time to do it right now. But I'm going to do it real soon. Right? So now, as far as, it was something else and I put in my phone I was supposed to tell y'all. Let me find it real soon before I get to the crypto, because I got to leave in the next 30 minutes. I know it's in here somewhere, but it was like 2 weeks ago, and I just didn't get a chance. I told y'all about the Middle East being on fire, right? Okay, yeah, you know what I did? I told y'all about the Middle East going to be on fire. Middle East is about to jump off, right? They're about to go crazy over there, right? If they ain't started already, right? But I forgot to tell y'all, the United States of America, Northwest, he even gave me, did I tell y'all, was it Washington? I forget, but he gave me the states straight out. I know Washington was one of them. I believe Tennessee was another one. Maryland, I forget, but there are great storms coming to the Northwest of America. So look up the states in the Northwest of America and the surrounding states, because it can affect the surrounding states too. Right? That's what I have forgot to tell y'all. And God gave me Isaiah 15. Isaiah 15. So the Middle East is going to be on fire. There are great storms coming. And I think I told you I saw Washington, D.C. and Maryland blanketed. Serious snowstorms are coming this winter. Serious. And all that stuck out was Washington and Maryland. I didn't see any other states, but that's not to say that other states are not going to be affected by these winter storms. But for some reason, Washington and Maryland just stuck out really bad. And parts of New York, like the upper parts. And like Manhattan part. Right? I got to make sure that it's nothing else in here that I was supposed to tell y'all. I'm searching. Remind people. Okay, he told me to remind y'all 2 weeks ago he said remind the people of the prophecy you gave last year about 2023 bringing worse than the past 3 years alone, and about a new pandemic. Did I tell y'all about the new pandemic that's supposed to be coming in 2023? And if we don't start praying, like I warned y'all in 2019 about COVID, I warned y'all. And many of y'all saw that video. I lost it. I don't know where it's at. Right? Oh, it was on my old channel. Yeah. But I thought I had it in my computer, but I don't know what happened to it. Right? So people, I guess enough people didn't pray that COVID came. And I told you it was going to be like 4 or 5 different strands of viruses. I even told y'all back, was it last summer or earlier this year about monkeypox? And I said monkeypox straight out. And it came. Right? So now I'm telling you again, the Lord said another virus is going to be coming if we don't pray. And it's going to be worse than the ones we've been dealing with almost the past 3 years. The devil is not trying to stop y'all. He trying to bring. And remember 2019, I told you that the Lord said he's trying to bring the book of Revelations to pass before it's time. And it was going to seem like he was getting away with it. But in the end, he's not. Man, don't everybody think that y'all coming? Don't everybody think the world about to end? Don't everybody think the world about to end? And I was like, Daddy, you sure do look like Revelations is coming to pass. He sure do look like it. But God said in the end, how many of y'all remember that? God said in the end, the enemy would not get away with it. So what does that mean? He ain't going to be able to bring the book of Revelations to pass before it's time. He may be bringing some of them prophecies to pass, but he will not be successful in forcing God's hand to send Yahushua back a 3rd time, because you know he done been here twice already, right? You know he came and died for us, and then you know he came back and we the left behind people. I done taught y'all that. I gave you scriptures and everything. It's on one of these videos on here. We are the left behind people. There's already been a rapture, whatever you want to call it, or a gathering, like it says Ezekiel, 18 or 20, 21, right? We are the left behind. I gave you scriptures to prove that. You know I'm a scripture girl. I forget which video it is on here, but it's on here. Right? So, guys, we really need to start praying hard that no pandemic come. That's worse than what we've been going through for the past 3 years. Even my enemies who are listening to me, you witches, you warlocks, all of you, the ones who can't stand me, you're behind me to pray. Because pandemic is not prejudice. It will hit anybody at any given time. And the devil ain't going to protect you if you're working for him. Because he wanted to get your butt. It's God that will protect you. Like it says in Psalms 91. Like I was talking to, like, look, I had to fire my lawnmower guy, right? I've had him for like 2 years since I've been here, right? But ever since he had his baby, he just been acting like a fool, right? I be having to chase his butt down. You know, he be making me feel like I'm on the last of the list. And I'm like, yo, you know, I tip you, I'm good to you, I pray for you. And this is what I get. I'm like, you fired. He was like, ma'am, I'm sorry, but you. I'm like, I don't care. You know, it's like you put me at the end of your list. I'm like, and I'm not chasing you to mow my doggone lawn. I'm not doing it. So I fired his butt. So And afterwards, I'm like, God, who gonna mow my lawn now? Right? So he put it in my head about these two brothers that used to mow my lawn at another two places that I used to live. I'm like, yeah. So I had find a number because they used to mow her lawn when she was renting her house before, a couple of years ago. And so I called him and text him and stuff. And the devil was messing with me because he was texting me back. I wasn't getting it. So I had Pat get in touch with him. And so Pat told me. So he called me this morning, right? And we're talking. And, you know, he's telling me when he's going to come and mow the lawn and stuff for me. And then he'll let me know my price and stuff, right? So I was like, yeah, I pray for you and your brother and family. I pray for so many people because of the COVID pandemic. And I was like, I didn't know who was dead or alive, right? Even when I go home, all my peeps back home, all my old buddies and friends, you know, I'm gonna look them up, you know, preach God to them if they ain't found God already, to find out who is still around, right? Because I was praying, and he was like, you know, Yahushua the Most High. You know, Yahweh the Most High, he protect his people. He was like, even if you get it, he gonna heal you from it. I'm like, ain't me. So God obviously wanted him and his brother to mow my lawns again, because he put it in me to ask Sister Pat to get the number, right? Because look, I got a front lawn and I got a back lawn. I got two entrances, right? And the front is good because the people who own these houses, they give you free lawn care, but only in the front. They don't come around in the back, right? So if you see my back right now, because it ain't been mowed in a month and it rains a lot down here. So if you seen my backyard, you think you in the forest right now, right? I look out the back window, I look out my kitchen window, and I'm like, God. So, and down here you mow your lawns to November, right? Because it stays warm down here for much longer than average places, right? So I was like, thanking God, you know, I got the lawnmower, and then they try to find your butt. They'll come and look, because, you know, they got neighborhood watch and all this craziness around here, right? They'll put a letter on your door. Yo, you got to pay $100 fine if you don't take care of the lawn. That's why when I moved back home, I am not getting no house and no community. I'm not paying no HO whatever fees. You ain't gonna tell me what to do. I am not going to have to get your approval if I want to get a pool or anything else. So I'm going to make sure I'm not buying no house and no community. I'm going to have a house with some land, and it's going to be privatized. Well, I ain't got to pay nobody nothing but the IRS taxes. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, please pray about the pandemic. And then the Lord gave me Isaiah 1 3 weeks ago. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just catching up. The Lord gave me Isaiah 1 for the USA. So read Isaiah 1, chapter 1. God said that's for the USA. Right? And I think that was all of them. I believe. I'm just checking real quick. Oh yeah, he did tell me to tell y'all this. He told me the reason why the world is like so unbalanced is because women, okay, we know men are stronger than women. That's a given. And a woman shouldn't be trying to like physically overpower a man. And we know the man is the king and we the queen, right? Now, the king is subject to the queen, and the queen is also subject to the king, because the queen and the king both have power. If the king died, the queen would rule, like Queen Bathsheba, like her husband, or her father died. He was king, and she was the only heir, so she became a queen, right? So the queen has just as much power as the king. It's just that, you know, because the king is the man, he has a little more power. Like, and man was first, God was first, right? So he made Mama Ru, right? And then they made us, you know. That's how it went, right? I mean, they made Yahushua, which was in the image of a man, and then they made females after that, and then the immortals came, and then after Yadathoth fell and did what he did, the human souls came, right? So we know this, right? But the Lord told me, as long as women are never treated equally like a man, it makes the world unbalanced. And Yadathoth, Satan, did this on purpose. Because in the kingdom of God, there's balance. In the kingdom of God, Mama Ru has just as much power as God. Yeshua has just as much power as Mama Ru and God. It's equal. God doesn't pounce on Mama Ru like men pounce on us down here. All right. Mama Ru rules. She's the Ruach. She's the Holy Spirit. She's Sophia. She's wisdom, like it says in Proverbs. She's extremely powerful. There's no other woman image more powerful than the Ruach Kadesh, right? She's very powerful. She delivers. She does everything that God does. She creates. She does everything. So she's equal footing. And he told me, in the heavens, everything is equal. There's no such thing as a man having 10 wives in heaven. So don't even think about it, men. You have your soulmate, but that's it. And you actually have your soulmate who you incarnated with. When you incarnate on this earth, sometimes you might not find your soulmate in this lifetime. But when everything's all said and done, your soulmate will be who you're with in heaven. God told me that. And I had issues with that, because there's a scripture in the Bible that says we'll be like the angels in no marriage. And the Lord said that's not true. He said we will have soulmates. He said, haven't I taught you many times that the enemy has changed a lot of things in my word and took things out? That's why he says in Zechariah and in Daniel's and in another book that if you take from this book, I will take from you. If you add to this book, I will add to you. Because he already knew what the enemy was going to do to delude us, right? So the Lord said when mankind starts treating a woman equally to a man, now physically we're not equally, and we shouldn't even be trying to be as strong as a man. We shouldn't even be trying to be doing men things. Stay in your lane, women. Right now, that you stay in your lane with. The gospel, we all in the same lane. I don't like when somebody that thinks they're higher than you, more famous and more popular, tell you to stay in your lane. No, we are all in the same lane of the gospel. We're just in different levels of the lane, but we're all in the same lane. But when it comes to physical strength and attribute, ladies, we're not in the same lane with men. You know what I'm saying? We're not. We shouldn't be trying to do things that they're doing. But the Lord said that women, until women become equal, like how they get high standards to men, until they start giving high standards to women like that, the world is going to be unbalanced. Unbalanced. Yeah, that's what he told me. So soulmates could be someone. No, your soulmate, okay. Like when we first came to this earth for all kinds of reasons, because in that book, the Secret True Life book of the Bible, 1, 2, 3, that I have on Barnes and Nobles and 1 on Amazon, it tells you literally why we really fell, right? But before we came here, we already had a soulmate in heaven. So that person incarnated with you at the same time. But because we've been through so many different lives that we live because of sin and this and that, your soulmate has probably gotten lost to you, the one you're really supposed to be with, right? Some people are blessed to find them in some of their lives, and some people never find them. Right? But when it's all said and done, no matter who you was married to on this earth and in other past lives, it has nothing to do with it. Whoever incarnated with you from the very beginning is your soulmate. So you may not even meet your true soulmate until it's all said and done and we God on the earth and in heaven. I was like, wow, and I had issues with that. It took a good year for me to really accept that, because God tells me a lot of things, right? And then I'll be like, no way. So when he was telling me about that, I knew he was telling me the truth because it was coming from him. But I had a heart, like you know how I come on here and I just be teaching y'all stuff. It'd be so easy breezy. But y'all don't know the behind the scenes, like a movie. Y'all know the behind the scenes, right? So some things that he be telling me, I'll be like, I have a hard time accepting them and comprehending them. So how can I teach somebody it until I understand it myself and accept it and comprehend it myself, right? Then I stick my neck out, come out here and tell y'all, and I get attacked. But that's just part of how it is. You know what I'm saying? But when he told me that, I was like, but the Bible said, he said, did I tell you? and then I always tell him, nobody's going to believe me, Daddy, and they're going to attack me like crazy. And he said, of course they will. You know why? I said, why? He said, because you said it. So then I would repent and take it back. I'm like, nah, they ain't going to attack me. You know, I take it back. You know what I'm saying? I take it back. But it's like some of us may have met our soulmate in other lives or in this life. And then some of us may never meet them until the end. Everything happens and we with Daddy and on the earth and in the heavens and whatever, you know, because sometimes you reincarnate on other planets. Like I told you in the book of Hebrews, Yah said he died for many worlds with an S, right? And the Lord told me that. There's people on the moon. That's why they're so interested in the moon. There's people on the moon. And even people when they die, not everybody goes to the abyss. I keep telling you, it's many hells. And even the Bible says it. It's many hells. It's hells in the water, in the forest, in the netherworld that talk about in Job. The world of the Abad. Did I say forest yet? They got hell up in the second heaven. You know, so not like the Bible says in Revelation, the sea will give up the dead. What you think that means? Because when the end time come and you know, people have not gotten a chance to reincarnate yet because they were still in the fire, they're gonna have to give them up. You know what I mean? And I don't know what's gonna happen to them when they give them up, but they're gonna have to give them up, right? And it even says the dawn of the dead will have to give them up. Right? So that's God telling us that there's many hells. So not everybody goes to the actual abyss. Many goes to the abyss, but many go to other different hells. Different Shoels. It's even in the Bible. That's why you gotta read the Bible. And the text is in there, right? So not everybody, and like especially if you go to the water, that's because you was a witch, warlock, wizard, whatever, magician. Or you died with incubus, succubus, or those perversion demons in you. You never got right with God. Your hell is going to be in the water. If you was a practicing witch or you love nature too much, you put nature before God, forest before God, and all this different stuff, and you don't die right, that's the part you're going to go to. If you were a person who dealt with dead people, like a necrosity person, which conjures the dead up, which is normally a demon in spirit form of your dead ones, you're going to the dawn of the dead, the abode of the dead, like God talks about in the book of Job. That's what you're going to go. Right? Now, if you die from the 7 deadly sins, which were the 7 firstborns of Yahushua that he born to himself, you going to the abyss. You know? Look up the 7 deadly sins, right? All right, so this teaches for another day because I'm going to have to go. So I wanted to give y'all the crypto dreams that the Lord. Thank you, Shaquika, for your donation. Cash App. Let me check, see if anybody gave any money on PayPal. Oh, no PayPal. I see all these on the Cash App. Yeah, no PayPal, just Cash App. But thanks all who gave on the Cash App. In Yeshua's name. All right, so the coin that I saw, was it 2 days ago? Yeah. What was the name of it? It's XLM, I think. Let me check. I think that's the name of it. I wasn't really familiar with that coin, but I think that's what it was. I gotta check to make sure. Let me look at my phone. Hold on. I know I'll put that thing in here somewhere. Okay, I saw XLM, right? But it's really called Stella Lumen, Lumens price. But in the vision, I saw XLM, big letters in white. And underneath it, it had a number. And I know it was God or Yah or the Holy Spirit or the angels, because they all talk to me. I heard the Spirit of the Lord say, he put an amount of money that he wanted me to invest in the coin underneath it. He said, invest in XLM and invest this much. And I woke up, I'm like, what in the world, XLM? So I went on the coin platform, looked it up, and it was like 10 cents. So I was like, all right. So I had got blessed, with some extra money from some book sales that I made. So I was like, all right, I'll use that and buy the XLM. And I bought the amount he told me to buy, right? So he wanted me to share, because I told him I don't want to share it unless you tell me to. So he told me, this was like 2 days ago, so I've been sitting on it. So go check out some XLM. This is not to tell you to buy, sell, or hold. I plead the fifth. I'm not a guru nor a financial advisor. I'm just telling you what the Lord told me to tell y'all that I saw, right? Then early this morning, before I woke up, it had to be about 2-3 o'clock in the morning, I just saw SHIB ADDRESS. Like, I saw the dog, the coin, and then I saw the dog. And the dog was just smiling. That's all it was doing. I saw the coin with the SHIB on it, and then I saw the dog. So then I asked God, I said, God, is this from you or is this from me? Because you know how sometimes you want something to happen. It's called the soulless dream. Sometimes, or a mind dream. Sometimes you want something to happen really bad. I'm not saying I want it to happen really bad, but I do want it to happen, right? For lots of people, because it's gonna help a lot of people, right? Sometimes your soul or your mind, because you have dreams and visions from God. You have dreams and demonic visions from the enemy. Then you have dreams from your own soul, and then dreams from your own mind, right? You even have dreams from your spirit, but those are usually God's, right? So I'm like, God, is this from my soul, or is it from my mind, or is it from you? I said, if it's from you, show me. If it's not, don't show me. So then a couple of hours went by. I didn't see nothing. I said, so God, I guess it wasn't from you. He said, yes, it was from me. So I'm like, all right. So all I saw was the Shiba coin in gold. It was actually all gold, right? And then I saw the Shiba dog, and he was sitting there. Those they're cute dogs, but they're strange dogs. I would never get one, right? And he was just sitting there. He was just smiling. It was like an actual Shiba dog. It was brown, pretty brown color. And he was just sitting there. And I think his tail had a little white in it. Not sure. And he was just sitting there. And he was just smiling at me. And then I saw the Shiba coin in gold. That was all. And I didn't even ask God what it meant, because I already know what a gold coin means. That means financial gain. When you see silver, that's disappointment. When you see gold, that's financial gain. That means blessings. Excuse me. Hold on. Excuse me. Gold coins mean financial gain, financial blessings. So I took the gold coin as something's going to happen with this Shiba coin. And then I saw the Shiba dog sitting there. It was very pretty brown. I think it had a little white in his tail, like a little fox tail, furry tail, and ears was up. And it was just sitting there, and it was just next to the gold coin, and it was just smiling. But then I was thinking, it's still 549 trillion coins, right? Although they burnt maybe 15%, they still haven't changed it on the market cap or anything, right? So I mean that coin took off 3 times already, especially in October, right? And it was 549 trillion then, or maybe more, right? So I was like, yeah, Daddy, it took off. I know people that made 200,000. I know people that made $1 million. I had made a little bit of money. I wish I would have had more in it. I would have made a couple of $100,000, but I only made a little bit. It was enough to help, that's for sure, right? So I was like, so if it made 3 runs with 549,000, and it made people a lot of money with 6 zeros the last time, And it's 4 zeros now, right? I said, so Daddy, it is possible that that coin will have a run. Because everybody keeps saying it's impossible for it to get to a penny, whatever, half a penny, because it's 549,000. But if you think about it, my children of the Most High, it had 3 runs already. It had its biggest one in October. And it made millionaires, 100 trillionaires and thousandaires, right? With 6 zeros. And now it only has 4. So if it could do it with 6, what makes you think it can't do it with 4? So we can't listen to these gurus and financial advisors out here saying, oh, it can't reach a penny, it can't reach a half a penny, it can't run until you get the burn mechanism down. But if you think about it, it ran 3 times already, and the biggest one was in October, and it made millionaires back then. And it has 6 zeros. And now it has 4. So, God, I just assumed that gold coin mean that people going to start getting blessed with that coin. And it was smiling. And just like the Luna coin, I told y'all the Luna Classic was going to outdo Luna 2.0. Last time I checked, that Luna Classic, it got 3 zeros, right? Or 4 zeros, right? And it is dusting Luna 2.0, just like God told me. Everything about those coins have come to pass. And he said that the Luna 2.0 would be trailing the Classic. Okay. It is trailing, just like he said. And then I was listening to one of these other gurus, his name Matthew Perry, I think. And he was saying how they're supposed to have something about a 2% tax burn, which I really don't know much about. And then he was saying how they burnt a lot already. And then these other gurus, they weren't gurus, they were on the news. And he was playing clips of these men on the news, financial advisors, and they were saying it was going to go to $50 or $100 per coin like it did before. And remember, I told y'all, God said that. The Lord, and everybody was like, no, Apostle, that Luna Classic can never go back to 50 or 100. Well, they're saying it is. And everybody's like, oh no, Apostle, they're going to get rid of Luna Classic. I said, no, they're not. It's going to outperform the new one. Here we go. See, this is why people make videos against me. Because they haters. Because God be telling me stuff and it comes to pass. They're haters. Then they want to call me a prophetess crypto. Then they want to say my channel was built off of crypto. They just hater-raters. Well, just keep hating. Because I can't help what God showed me. And obviously, the people who follow me are the ones he want to be enriched. Obviously, even some haters is following me. Some of them he want to get rich. Some of them he don't, but they still gonna follow anyway. And they give all this love to all these other prophets who none of their prophecies come to pass about the cryptos. Only a few of them few of the prophets that have dreams and visions come to pass. The rest of them, none of them come to pass. They just guessing or they eat off of other people's prophecies. But yet they follow them, donate to them, give them all kinds of cryptos and tithes. But me, the one who's true, and the other ones that's true, we won't get nothing. That's how I ain't. Because God, he take care of me. You know what I'm saying? If I had to depend on the people in the church, like Apostle Paul, he had one church taking care of him. If I had to depend on y'all, I'd be out the street. I'm a real. I'm saying it's a small remnant that God uses to help this ministry, but it's God that takes care of me, And I'm on hiatus as far as my coaching. I'm not going back to coaching till October, November because I had to stop, guys, because I had a vision where I saw all these people bringing all of their burdens to me and they were putting them on me, and I got so heavy in the dream. And then I woke up and that was the Lord. He said, you have to stop coaching for a while. And I'm like, why? He said, because they're putting too many burdens on you. And for the past year, guys, I have been trying to find a way to take a vacation from coaching, but I just couldn't do it because they really needed me. Right? They really needed the God in me. So it took God showing me that I had to take time away from coaching because their burdens were becoming too much. They're becoming too much. And he said some of them were dependent on me too much. And he needed me to pull back so they could see that it's him working through me and it's not me. So October, November, I'm going to go back to coaching, and I'm probably going to have all new people because I've literally shut down my Patreon. I didn't put it on pause or nothing. I just completely shut it down. But I can go back and open it back up, and some stuff will still be there. But I believe I'll have to get all new people coaching, or, you know, whoever I was coaching would have to come back again, right? And so that'll be October, November. So, and I'm telling you, honest to God, true. I ain't do no coaching this month. And I'm telling you, I feel so much, I feel good. I really do, because those burdens were affecting me. The people's burdens were affecting me, and I didn't know it. I didn't know it. I've been coaching 5 years straight, y'all. Every month. Sometimes 30 people, 35 people, 25 people. It got to the point where I had to have 3 coaching dates in 1 month. It went from having 1 coaching date or 2 to 3. You know, and I couldn't say no to people, you know. So the Lord had to pull me back. So I won't be doing group coaching again till October, November. I mean, 5 years straight, no breaks, except for when I got sick twice. I couldn't have coaching that month, but that was it. So I had to take a break, and I love all my people, and they're all like, I'm gonna miss coaching, Apostle. And I'm like, I know, but hey, Apostle got to do what God said, you know. And if the people burdens was too stringent on me, then I have to back away. And I told y'all long ago, the ones who've been following me for a long time. Hold up, let me see if Pat here yet, cause I gotta go. You here? Come on. I told y'all a long time ago, those who've been following me since like 2013, 14, 15, that I was not going to be a pastor. At that time, I was a pastor, apostle, but I'm not going to let the church burn me out. I'm not going to do that, because when I was in Bible, okay, I'm coming, Pat. Hold on. I'm coming. Because when I was in Bible school, I learned every month about 20,000 people, clergy people. Was it 5,000 or 20,000? One of them. Every month quit from being burnt out by the people. And I remember telling people who've been following me a long time that I would never let that happen to me. And y'all know I'll take a hiatus in a minute. I done took about 10 of them in the past 10 years. No, not 10, maybe 7. But y'all know I will take a hiatus in a minute. Y'all be incognito. Y'all be like, Apostle, you all right? I ain't seen you in a couple of weeks. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? I get off the radar. I shut down. Look, I had shut down Facebook for 2 weeks this month. I had shut down Instagram for 2 weeks. I wasn't hearing it. God taught me how to make the videos, so I don't gotta come live all the time. Feels good. I'm just keeping it real with you. Keeping it real with you. You know, I feel good that I'm not coaching right now. That I can breathe. I feel good that I can make videos sometime and I don't have to come on live. I can breathe. It felt good to shut off Instagram, Facebook for 2 weeks. It get like that sometimes. Because everybody, Apostle, can you pray? Apostle, can you do this? Apostle, can you do that? Apostle, can you tell me about this trip? Apostle, can you tell me about this person? Yeah, I'm like, I'm changing my name. I don't know what I'm changing it to, but I'm changing it. Yeah, I know a lot of y'all check on me, and it be shocking to me. I'm like, oh, so-and-so care about me. I'm like, oh, so-and-so love me. What? Oh, they miss me. Some of y'all could care less. Some of y'all be like, she'll be back when she be back. Some people even went to Pat, you know, because, you know, they know she got a Facebook, and ask her what's up with Apostle. Don't be going to Pat asking her what's up with me, because she ain't going to tell you. because she knows that I'm a private person. Like, I tell y'all stuff, but I'm actually a very private person. You wouldn't think that because I be telling y'all stuff sometimes, but I only tell you what I want to tell you. But I'm a very private person. So if you go to Pat, she'll be like, Apostle, that's all she gonna tell you. She ain't gonna tell you nothing else. She ain't gonna tell you nothing else. So don't even ask her. Don't even ask. All right. All is well. Take it well. Yeah, I'll be back to coach in October, November. Right. Now I'll probably only have 2 dates, so I'm not gonna take more than 20 people. So. Oh, you in Trinidad? Well, without my Trinidad brother, sister. Yeah, but a lot of y'all, I know a lot of folks care about me. Some people just don't show it like others, and then some people just don't know how to approach me as far as an email or whatever, and then some people figure, oh, she don't want to be bothered, so I ain't gonna mess with her. You know what I'm saying? You are to do what you want, boss, and we will always pray. I'm me. What up, sis Shelly? All right, guys, I have to go. What's that? On October 10th, 2015, Satan told you, wow, I shall turn and toss you violently like a bomb. Told it was going to happen to me or happen to you? Well, if it was about me, he sure did try and turn me like a ball. Look, you know how you bounce a ball up and down? You know how you could throw a ball on the wall and bounce it off? Yeah, the devil tried that with me. He most definitely tried that with me. On YouTube, this man shared a dream or something where he went to heaven and was given a partner. What? For real, Jadica? Wow, confirmation. Confirmation. I'm trying to read y'all stuff because you know I don't get to see it for a couple of days. Thing about headache going through over there. I don't know about that. All right, so I have to go. So it was a blast. so you know, ask God about the XLM and the SHIB and the Lunic. Not financial advisor, not telling you so. You know, and I just gotta say one more thing. I'm very disappointed with AMC right now. I've never seen it go so low. And you can't take your money out because you done lost money. You gotta wait. So pray that the AMC go up. Like God told me AMC was going to do good and that GameStop, but I don't have that stock. You know, so pray that AMC start going back up again and that APE so we could get our losses back. Because it's look, as soon as that stock go back up and I get my money back, I'm like, phew, I'm not even going to wait. I'm not going to wait. I might leave that APE stock because they gave me that for free for having some AMC. So I'm going to leave that and see where that go. But as soon as that AMC go back up, I'm out. I'm gone. I ain't messing with AMC no more. If it go to 500, 100, then that's all well and good. Rosalind don't care. I'm going to keep my APE and I'm out. Because I ain't never seen the stock be that bad like that. I love you too. All right, so I'll see y'all soon. Much love. Shalom.